Hey guys, Afterburn here. You know what time it is. Time for stage 4. Alright, so as I said, we're on stage 4. This just came in the other day, and I'm so excited. In stage 4, we're going to be doing the left rear suspension, the rear crossmember and clamps. Pack 13 is the upper mount and clamps. We're going to be mounting the tire and suspension assembly that we got in pack 2. We're also going to be mounting the transmission and those cross members. And in pack 14 we have the front diffuser panel. But today we're doing the left rear suspension. I figured I'd just go through the magazine really quickly for you. In the GTR story in pack 4, it is an article about Revealed at Last, 4 years after they premiered the concept. More of that. And the GTR prototype. More on that. Then they, in the mechanics and factory, talking about the wet and dry sump pump system and how that works. More, and talking about the legend of the racing. And here we are in suspension. Now, let me put this over here on my little stand to my right. And before we go into that, here is our free gift in pack 4. This is the spec plate. Unfortunately, when it comes, it doesn't come with any instructions on how to build it. It's 2 pieces of acrylic, and I have them back to back. The front piece of acrylic has the sticker on it, and the second piece of acrylic is completely clear. And then it comes with these metal stand bits. I figured that's the way it's supposed to work. The 2 small ones at the top holding it together, and the 2 large ones acting as the stands. So it's the free gift. Let's look at what total dimensions of the real car are. 183.9 inches. It's hold on. Hey Siri, what is 183.9 inches in feet?
183.9 inches is 15.33 feet.
What is 183 inches in feet?
The answer is 15.
So 183 inches is a little bit over 15. Is a 15? Yeah. 183 inches is a little over 15 feet. Like 15 and a quarter feet. 183.9 inches is 15 feet and 15 and 1/3 feet. So it's like 15 feet and like 3.5 inches, something like that. Total the weight gets me 3,800 pounds, a ton and a half, almost literally. And it's only a V6. That's interesting. But yeah, that is our spec plate. That'll go in front of the stand when it's all said and done. And now you can hear that I'm opening this live. Now the difference between this particular round for the suspension And the last one is we don't get any brake parts. As I'm understanding, the brake parts will come in the next, with the next tire, whenever that is. Going back to the book, in pack 5, we do the exhaust and muffler section. That is pack 15. Pack 16 gives us the engine hoses. Pack 17 completely finishes the engine, which would be nice. And pack 18 gives us the rear diffuser panel. So we're going to be starting to build up base chassis pieces, as far as I'm aware. So can't wait to start that. That'll come in August. And we'll begin with this. Obviously, you can see all the pieces here. This is literally just the suspension piece. We get a couple of lots of screws in this. We get DM screws. We still have, looks like 3 of them from the last time. I'll be putting those into my little pill pack. And they're really, really small with a little flange on them. And then we also have EM screws, and these are the ones that come with the little nut. And this was the same one I did with my buddy Kev Stryker. He had to help me, but I don't have the luxury of having him today, so I'll be working on this myself. But it shouldn't be too difficult. The other tools we're going to need is a little nut holder from that same pack, which I've kept. I'm going to be bringing in both of the supplied screwdrivers because I don't think my particular one here works very well. And I'm also going to be using the 3-in-1 oil because we are going metal into metal. So I'm going to get just a bit of that working perfect. And we'll begin. Move this off to the side here. I'll bring in the pieces as I have need of them. First piece we need is the upper mount, looking just like that, and the coil spring. And it only fits on one way, and that seems the way it's going to fit. This is parts 11A and 11B. Part 11C is the stroke. Just like last time, we put it into the channel and squeeze and turn until it locks itself in. Oh, it's cold down here, so the spring is really tight, which is what you need. And that is literally all we do in the first step. Put that off to the side. We then take part 11D, the knuckle base, which is pure metal. We take the upper join, also metal, and this wants us to attach it right here. So I'm going to take an EM screw and a nut, and I will hopefully load the nut up properly. If not, then we're gonna have some issues. Okay. Loads the nut up like so. Take really long screw there. Basically, we're going to fit it through here. Through the upper joint and out the other side. Now, as you can tell, that's going to be where the nut's going to go because there's no way to get a screwdriver in there. And as you can tell, it fits right in there. I'm actually going to back it out a bit so I can get the nut in place. And as the freaking screwdrivers are all in my way, and wish I had a better table for this, but I don't. It's not the end of the world. As you can tell, it is right on there. I'm just going to hold the nut in place. Not very well. Maybe that. Yeah, that seems to be how that's going to work. Let's see. This doesn't seem like it's totally like straight, but it's not really a wrench, it's more like a hold. That's very loose. My guess is the space between, so the space between here is just a little off, but it's holding. There's a little wobble, but once this is mounted properly, it won't wobble. It won't wobble at all. It's all very stiff, very nice. Then we're doing same thing again. We grab another nut. Okay. So we got another screw and another nut because we're going to take our spring and just like last time, we're going to fit it right there. So fit the nut into place. Now, in my opinion, this should have been attached before this, but then I realized that no matter which way you do it, you probably wouldn't get this. You actually could. You could have done it that way, but yeah, gotta follow the directions. Gotta follow the directions. Always, always. You don't follow the directions, you're a rebel without a cause. So I'm gonna push it around like this. This is gonna be hard to see, but I'll make it work. My screwdriver does not seem to be magnetized anymore, so I'm going to quickly fix that. Maybe it doesn't need to be. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if that works. This thing is a lot of trial and error. So I'm trying to get the nut in here. There we go. This is just, this one, it's like I said, trial and error. You gotta work at getting it in the right direction. Yeah. No one ever said this set would be easy. Hang on. Okay, that took longer than expected, mostly because the space in which you have to put that nut is so small, and this doesn't really do the job, but it's in. A little bit of play, not as much as in here, but I don't think I can do much more with that. But it's in. Step 2 completed. Or step 3 completed, sorry. Now we're on to step 4. And step 4, we have the strut bars, long and short. They're going to go long on this side, short on this side. So, first one I'm going to do the long one. And just like before, well, for both I'm going to need a nut and a bolt. So I'm getting 2 screws out of it for each. And that should be the end of that. So this one should be a lot more straightforward. It's not going to be in a weird spot, so I can wedge my nut in. Just going to fit this through. Push it through, just like so. I'm going to place the nut right there. I'm also going to use my thumb to hold it until it catches. There we go. And there's the longer strut arm in place. Do the same thing with the lower strut arm. And we'll load up the nut. Get that up and out of the way. This will be a lot simpler. And just like, again, like before, I'm just going to put my thumb there, my finger there, until the nut catches. Then I'll move my finger out of the way. I'll let the whole thing work. Here we go. Let me just make sure. Okay. So that's stage 4. We have the spring, we have the upper mount and the sway bars, or the strut bars. Just like that. And the last thing we're going to need to use today is one of our little DM screws with the flange, because we get to put sway bar on. And the way they want the sway bar is this tab bit here, the notch, faces outward. So I'm going to load my screw up, and I'm just going to touch it in a little oil, and it's going to go right here. Yeah, of course it doesn't work the way I want it to. There we go. All right. And it's in. And literally, this is the whole completion of stage 11 of the GTR. And I think it looks awesome. It is mostly metal. It's very heavy. Looks amazing. And going back to the book, in the next section, section 12, we're going to be doing the rear suspension lower mount. We're going to get a bit of frame, some details. Oh, and a lot of screws. BP, HP, HM, AM, FM, and nuts. Lovely. But we also will attach a wheel to one of the struts, a piece to a strut, and actually the whole thing, both the full suspension with tire and the suspension we just did, the suspension piece we just did will be mounted. And at the end, we'll have something like that. That's going to look awesome. I can't wait for it to be finished. And then we'll be doing stage 13, which is the upper half of that, where we will marry a lot of these parts. Including those upper support arms. And we'll also be mounting our transmission. So, that's that. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked the video, please remember to hit the like button. If you're on a member or a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Leave me a comment in the comment section. And I hope you all have a nice Sunday. Stay frosty, stay safe. Bye.